this is Sunna here, and today is February the 2nd, and this is the second video that I'm making today. My lawyer called me today telling me that Barnavernd, the Nemnd, had decided to take my kids based on that they're in danger. That's just because I don't comply. This comply thing is an overused word. The thing is that I'm very scared for my children's safety. Barnavernd, they're human traffickers and they're also handlers. Now, I want to say one thing. There are a lot of tests done on the citizens of Iceland. Some people know it, others aren't aware. People that are aware know it. We here in Iceland, they do like a medical testing and test drugs on people and stuff, and we have the largest population per percent of people that are on behavioral drugs like Concerta, Ritalin, and depression medication. But Icelanders are like kind of guinea pigs for the medical industry. But I wanted to say something. In Iceland, you can go online and you can see all, and this is a new thing, it's like a little bit over a year old. It's called heilsuvera.is, and you can see every information about the vaccines that you've gotten throughout your life, and you can see your kids up until they're 16. You can see their info too. So you can see when you visited the doctor, what's every medical issue that you've had. You can see the vaccines that you received and stuff like that, just basic health information. Oh, you can also log on there so you cannot be a donator, because they made like 2 years ago or something, they made like everybody a mandatory organ donor in Iceland. But you can log on there if you don't want to be an organ donor. I do not want to be an organ donor because I know that organs from a dead person are worthless. That's why they have to kill you. That's why they have to like take your organs while you're alive. But anyway, I don't want to talk about this organ thing. But I'm worried because when I logged on there, when I just heard of the site, I went on it and I saw that my son, so I stopped vaccinating my kids a few years ago. I saw that my son had been vaccinated in December of 2017. He had received the vaccination. He was going to a school, so the school that my kids all went to, which is called Vorskole, I had told them not to vaccinate. I had brought both the Icelandic and American vaccine chart so she could fill it, so the school nurse could fill that in and put it into the system, all the vaccines that they've gotten. And they also knew that I didn't want them to receive any more vaccines. So what happens is my son goes to another school, which is for like kids that, like kids that are like kind of hyper. This is my oldest son, or have like learning difficulties. The school here didn't do anything for my kids. It was horror with all three of them. But they had never had any troubles with school. It's just, this is for another video. But so they didn't want to handle my son. They sent him to this other school. Well, I see that while he was in that school, so in 2017 in December, they had injected him with a vaccine without my knowledge. They did not notify me. They didn't notify me before or after. I see a year and a half later when I log on to heilsuvera.is that my son had been injected in the school. I call the school. I said, what on earth? I never ever gave my permission to vaccinate my son. And she was surprised, the school principal. So what had happened was nurses from the health clinic that it provides for that area. The health clinic is called Heilsugæslan í Hlíðum, because that school, that neighborhood is like in Hlíðar. But anyway, that Heilsugæsla had vaccinated my son. Now, on the chart, it said that he had gotten a Tdap boost. But he had already gotten that a few years prior. So, because I guess the school nurse in the other school had not put this in the system, had not put it in the system, so they overdosed him on Tdap because she was supposed to put everything that was from the American and the Icelandic into the chart, and put it into the the computer. She didn't do the computer thing, but that doesn't even matter because whether or not she did it, the other school had no permission to vaccinate my child without my knowledge. Now, here's the scary thing. I even called the heilsugæsla to complain about this. I have spoken to doctors about this. This is unheard of, that a person just goes into a school and vaccinates a child without the parents' knowledge, not prior or afterwards. Nothing. I don't even think that what they vaccinated my son was Tdap boost. I think it was something else. I think that they were testing medications on him or giving him something else. And that is what I am afraid of. And I believe that that's the case. It's a scary thought. It's a scary thought. Now, Child Services in Iceland is trying to steal my kids. What they're doing is, my son has a lot of information also about when he was in foster care. He came back like 9 months ago or something. He was there for a year and a half. I didn't want him to be there for that long. It was ridiculous. But there was drugging and stuff like that, partying. And he was there, but the thing is that now they don't want us to leave the country. We were trying to leave the country and we were stopped at the airport. See, what I think is that they don't want their little guinea pig to leave. They are afraid because they're doing studies on him, and also he has information. They don't want their witness to leave the country because of what was happening in the foster care. So they want to be able to get to him, to be putting things in his head. And I'm afraid that they're going to be doing medical experiments on him also. So that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid for my child's safety. Unfortunately, the public doesn't care. They're just happy with being little guinea pigs in this little human petri dish of a place, Iceland. But anyways, child services is a danger. It's a danger to my kids and my son. I'm afraid for his safety.